Biggest news in free agency so far in the NFL has occurred down in Tampa Bay, and that is that Kevin Minter has re-signed with the Bucs. Kevin Minter, good enough to join us now on AFR. How are you, dude?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. You, family, everybody's good?
Yeah, everybody's good.
Good, man. Glad to hear it. Hey, this has been so odd, right? I mean, you've been through the free agent process before, but it's the first time where you couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't go, visit teams. So how did this go for you? Not being able to be mobile.
It's like you said, it was kind of weird, knowing I won't be able to do physicals for certain teams or tour the facilities and meet the coaches or whatever. But I pretty much had a good idea going into this off season that I was gonna sign back with Tampa. After the season or whatever, me and Bruce Arians had the exit meetings, the normal exit meetings that everybody does, and he pretty much told me he wanted me back the next year. They just obviously had to work out the quarterback situation and figure out what they're gonna do with our pass rushers, and he kept in contact. They kept in contact with my agent or whatever, and I knew a couple of days before I actually signed that I was coming back. So
okay. So did you at all? Was it at all interesting for you to try to test the market and see what might be out there?
A little bit, but at the same time, I kind of got a rapport with these coaches. Been with them for years. Like the teammates I had down there. Obviously, love Tampa. I mean, I don't know if you've been there before, but it's pretty dope. It's a lot more than I expected down there, and I just love to finish my career down there. So, and I expressed that to them, and they kind of returned the favor. So
that's awesome, man. And so, real quick, I wanted to follow up because you said something interesting that you've got a really good rapport with the coaches, the players. You like Tampa. I mean, we know you were drafted by Arizona. You played in Cincinnati, brief time with the Jets, and now in Tampa. What's different? Like how not putting any of the other places down, but what is it that stands out about this situation that's attractive?
Pretty much BA. Just how he's, just the type of coach he's been for years, and just how, like the relationship me and him have. I just haven't had that type of relationship with any head coach up to this point, and me and him just, Coach Bowles as well. We're all cool. I'm cool with Coach Caldwell. It's just, it's more like family. It's just a bit different from other places I've been in this league.
Got it. Kevin Minter's our guest. You'll follow him on Twitter at KMint_46. What I need to – I want to get to the quarterback stuff. I'll ask you about Tom Brady and all that. But this shutdown we're going through right now is certainly unprecedented. How do you feel about the way the NFL has gone on conducting league business? Because, Kev, they're kind of the only one that's still proceeding, right? It's different, but they're still getting things done. How do you feel about all this offseason?
As a player, obviously I love it. We still get to sign our contracts and get our paydays. So I'm actually all for it. I know a lot of guys were kind of unhappy about the CBA thing too. So I'm pretty sure them getting money in their pocket right now is helping them get over that a
bit. Did you vote for the CBA?
Yeah, I voted.
So were you?
I'm not gonna get into it.
No, it's okay. I'm just and it's fine. Look, I know it's contentious for a lot of guys, but honestly, Kev, I don't know that if you get this sense or not. Fans just want there to be games. The particulars of what you all are negotiating. I mean, that's your compensation. That's your livelihood. I don't. So I mean, certainly that's contentious for a lot of you. I don't think fans necessarily really care about the nuance. They just want there to be games. I was just curious how you felt about playing a 17th game or expanding the playoffs, the things that are fundamentally going to affect and impact the game and the competitiveness of the game.
To be honest with you, I was kind of on the fence the whole time about it. I know the salary cap obviously went up, with us saying yes, but the 17th game. I know a lot of guys, they struggle to get through 16.
Yeah.
I mean, now that you add another one, that's obviously going to could be an issue. So I saw it from both sides. It was just, be honest with you, I'm just glad it's over. I'm kind of glad we got something done, and I'm just ready to get back to ball. If we got to play the 17 game, it is what it is. Obviously you'd rather not, and would have wanted a little bit more out of what we have actually gotten in the CBA. But at the same time, we're playing a game that we love. That we've been playing since we were kids, and it's still a privilege to be out there, and we're getting paid very well to do it. So it's hard for me to complain about anything.
I hear you, man. Well said. Kevin Minter for a couple more minutes with us, former All-American linebacker at LSU, now with the Tampa Bay Bucs. So you mentioned getting back to ball. What physically, what are you doing right now? I mean, if facilities are closed, you can't go anywhere. What are you doing?
Well, I've kind of been trying to take it slow. I've been doing some closet training, a couple push-ups, and some sit-ups here and there.
That's all it takes, right?
Yeah, try to run a little bit outside when it's not raining. It's been raining pretty bad out here in Atlanta the past few days, but when I can get some sunshine, I try to go outside and do a little something. But to be honest with you, I'm taking it slow. I'm going on year 8, man.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
I get to it when I get to it.
But hey, you know what's interesting though, man? Like I saw an interview with the Browns owner, and he said they're expecting a full season, start on time and all that stuff. But it's looking more likely that OTAs and the mini camps and all the off-season workouts, it's looking unlikely that stuff's going to happen. It's certainly not happen on time. But training camp, I think, is a realistic target. If you don't have, and you mentioned year 8, so right, you got a different perspective as a veteran at this point. If you don't have OTAs and minicamp and all that stuff, how much does that affect your off-season preparation?
It won't affect it as much for me. I've kind of been more on a maintenance. I'm not like some of the younger guys. I'm not trying to lift the gym when I go in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to run miles every other day, to get in condition. It's just that how my body's built. So it's I've just kind of been taking it slow, doing different stuff like yoga, Pilates, just different stuff to kind of is more of maintenance and one being proactive in my in my preparation and just getting ready, like getting my body ready naturally and kind of just taking it slower. So with this whole corona, it's kind of helping me, to be honest with you. It's kind of keeping away from the facility and kind of just being around the family. I had a kid that back in December, so she's about 3 months now. So wow. I get to have more time with her in Atlanta. And I got my other son who's all over the place. He's 3. So it's I'm actually loving the time off. But obviously I would rather it be under different circumstances. But like I said, I'm going to the same team with the same playbook that I've had for almost 4 or 5 years. So there's no complaint for me.
Dude, congrats on the birth of your daughter, man. Last time you were on, we talked about your son and you're like, man, he's definitely gonna be a linebacker. Like you were telling us, like he's all linebacker, man. So,
oh man,
I mean, sometimes but I didn't know that your daughter had been born, man. So congrats on that. Twice a father. That's awesome for you and your wife, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
A couple more things before I let you go. Your time always appreciated, man. Have you seen your new uniforms yet?
No, I haven't. They're trying to keep that hush hush, but
all right.
Hopefully I get a sneak peek before everybody else does.
All right. Does Chris Godwin give Tom Brady number 12?
To be honest, if Tom was to ask for it, I'm giving that number up. That's just me. I mean, it's the stuff that man's done, man. He deserves to have 12 if he asks for it. But at the same time, I understand Chris, because Chris has kind of built that brand. this CG12 thing he's been doing, down there. So I wouldn't blame him if he did keep it, but I don't know, man. I see Tom in a bit of a different light.
What would you want?
He asked me for my number. Then he can have it.
Well, I don't think he's going to wear 41 under center, so I think you're good. But what if you were Chris Godwin? What would you want for it?
I'm not sure. I might ask for a little change, but to be honest with you, I would give it. I would just give it up, man. It's 12, and it's Tom Brady. If he asks for it, man, I might have to come up off of it.
I don't blame you, but I would probably also be opportunistic and be like, okay, all right, every sponsor you have, I want the goods for like your shoe deal, your watch deal, I want something from every deal. I want a car. Like I think he's got some like European auto dealer he endorses. I would take him to the bank for all of it, man. Because like it's Chris Godwin. He's still going to throw him the ball. Like you can't not throw the ball to Chris Godwin because you're pissed at him. I mean, it's Chris Godwin. The guy had 1,300 yards last year. You're gonna throw it to him.
Exactly.
All right. Hey man, last thing. Seriously though, on a serious note, I mean, freaking Tom Brady's your teammate, man. So, like, you find out Tom, and I'm sure it's bittersweet because Jameis is out, but, man, you find out Tom Brady's your teammate, your reaction is?
I was first of all, let me say, Jameis was, a great dude, first in, last one leave type of guy. Loved him in the locker room. I hated to see him leave, but obviously to see Tom, to know that Tom is going to come play for us. I mean, it's, you dream of playing with a guy like that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I just growing up, I remember just playing with the guy on the video game, and now I'm actually about to, lace it up next to him. So it's like, it's pretty surreal. It's when I heard the news, it was just kind of hard to believe. They kind of been egging it on for about a week or two, but when he really signed his name on the dotted line, like damn, it just feels. I guess just around the team, it just feels different. You obviously see it on TV or whatever, but it feels like we can really make a run now. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, man. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's won 6 Super Bowls. It makes a lot of sense. I get it, man. Kevin Minter, hey man, always wish you luck, except when you play the Saints. I hope you lose. But I hope you have like 15 tackles in both those games, but y'all lose. But in any event, man, congrats on the birth of your daughter. It's always great to chat with you, man. I appreciate a couple minutes. We'll be in touch, all right?
All right, man.
All right, you're the best. Appreciate you, Kev.